Yo, what's up, guys? Nico here. Hey, today I wanted to talk to you about preparing for your next position. Whether you want to or don't, you need to start thinking about where you're going to be. Might sound a little bit morbid, but let's be honest. In active addiction, you're going to end up in one of three places, actually two. Institutions, whether that's a rehabilitation institution or, correctional facility, or you're going to end up dead. Now, that's what's going to happen if you continue with your active addiction. So you could start preparing for those if you want to. You could start preparing for going into a rehab facility. You could start preparing to go into the correctional facility, or you could start preparing for death. And that's just reality. Here's the other side of reality. You can start preparing for the next position that you're going to have. By that, I mean in recovery, what are you going to be doing? When you really feel like you have your feet on the ground, when you feel like you have 18 months underneath your belt, I think that's a pretty safe place to start aiming for. But at that 18 months, what would you like to go ahead and be doing? What position would you like to be in? What type of dreams and ambitions do you have? We spoke about before the gifts that you have already, how you're going to use those gifts. But I want to take it a little bit further. I want to ask you guys, I should say, to start preparing for your next position. Here's a couple ways that we can go ahead and do that. I know for me, my brain's overactive. It works 1,000 miles an hour, and I get away from myself sometimes. I get these thoughts in my head that I just latch onto, and for whatever reason, they become reality. Yeah, it's fucked up, I know, but it's something that I've learned about myself. I've also learned that because my brain is so overactive, whenever I was thinking about getting high, it was making it tougher on myself. During my recovery, I would sit back and think about, oh man, to nod off one more time would be great. That's an honest thought that I had. And it made it tougher to stay clean. I had to start repurposing those thoughts. They weren't going away. They would still pop up. So I had to start training myself. Again, guys, I'm not here to be your hero. I can't do recovery for you, but I can share some habits, some tools, some tricks, and some tips that help you out in guiding you towards recovery. It's different for everybody else. It's different for everybody, I should say. So what I started doing whenever I thought about, shooting up one more time, nodding off one more time, freebasing a couple more times, I had to start thinking about, all right, Nico, what are you going to want to do when you feel stable in your recovery? I had no idea what it was. Some people call it a purpose. Some people call it a calling. Some people call it different things. For us, we're just going to go ahead and call it your next position. What's the next position that you want to go ahead and be in? Mine, I knew that I wanted to go ahead and have my own place. I wanted to have a stable job. And I wanted to kind of be more independent. Not dependent on a substance and not dependent on someone to help take care of me. That was my next position. So I started planning on that. I started planning and thinking whenever my thoughts would go towards getting high. It made it tougher, but what made it easier is I started imagining in my head, because again, my brain works like that, what it's gonna be like when I have my own place. I thought about the types of pictures that I was gonna put up. I thought about the smells that were gonna go ahead and be in my home. I thought about the way that it was gonna be able to feel to walk into my own place, turning the knob, knowing that I knew where everything was at, setting up certain ornaments and stuff like that. There's some gifts that I was given from a very young age that mean a lot to me. So I started thinking about, where am I going to put those at? What type of bed sheets am I going to have? I really got into, hey, I want to go ahead and imagine where I want to be at. Oh, guys, I'm going to tell you right now that helped me out so much. It would stop those thoughts very quickly, and they would, again, be repurposed towards my next position. I hope that helps you out, because your next position is what you really should be striving for. Change your appearance. I know it's a little bit difficult right now, at least for me. When I was in deep addiction, it was hard for me to do anything. And that was because I had constrained myself so much by a substance. So I had to make small changes. There's certain clothes that I wouldn't wear anymore. There's certain routes that I wouldn't take. Certain streets I wouldn't go on. I started really changing my habits because I wanted to be in a new position. So I would start driving by the places that I wanted to work. And I'd imagine, hey, what's it gonna be like when you work there? How's it gonna be like to pack your lunch when you go to work? Those thoughts, guys, in my early recovery stages helped me out a lot. So again, I can't do recovery for you. You have to do it yourself. It is a choice. I'm just trying to help out, because at the end of the day, success or failure is yours. What are you gonna plan for? Are you gonna plan for institutions or the morgue? Or are you gonna plan for a new position? Either way, you're still gonna have no halo.